No, I think that's just it. Hey, guys, we're live. Now, hopefully, we've got some audience. No, we haven't got an audience yet, but what if nobody turns up? It'll just be us. But anyway, here we are. We're testing out StreamYard and also, most importantly, having a chat to Kay and Gregg Saarinen. Firstly, about their big win last night. Winners are grinners, and it was the Bega Innovation Hub Pitchfest. Is that what it was?
It sure was. Yep. So run by Iaccelerate from the University of Wollongong, and run through the Bega Valley Innovation Hub. Fantastic.
And by the way, you're in Australia, in Wyndham, and I'm in the French Alps, which you keep telling me you don't have. So, yeah, one side of the world to the other. So tell me about about the Pitchfest, and not just about Pitchfest. Or it wasn't about that 3 minutes of fame on the stage. There was a lot more work in it than that. Tell me about
3 months. There's a lot more 3.5 months behind it, yeah.
3.5 months of hardcore business, of corporate structuring, of
value propositions, business model canvas, testing and evaluating,
accounting, lawyers, the whole shooting match. But not a lot about what you teach, though.
Okay, so apart from the 3 months there's a lot of hard work before that in building your business. And by the way, anyone out there that is watching, we do have 3 viewers, whoever the 3 viewers are. Please feel free to comment. Actually, I encourage you to comment because we want to test where the comments show. So please comment, just say hello. And if you've got any questions, ask a question too. So the Iaccelerate 3-month program, what was the biggest challenge as you worked through that, guys?
Oh, far out. The biggest challenge was changing and adapting and leaving your ego at the door and being able to openly listen and take on board other people's opinion, whether you liked it or not, or whether it was right or wrong, just to be able to be open and to listen to it. Because you know what, it's your little baby that they're criticizing or they're saying can be improved, and that can be quite confronting, especially when we've been in business for so long and we've been our own bosses for so long, to have someone else come in and have a look at us. Hi, Cheryl.
Hey, Cheryl. How you going?
Hey, good set. Yeah, see, we can show. Hey, Cheryl, thanks for commenting. And we have from Bali, Karen from Bali.
Hey, Karen.
Keep going. So
that was the biggest challenge, to leave the ego at the door and to be open to your little baby, your little business that you've been nurturing for so long. And but that was it was challenging. A few times Greg and I walked out there and listen to that. But then after we unpacked it and debriefed it, and then we realized there was actually quite a lot of value in that.
Yeah, you have to deconstruct your business sometimes. Yeah, deconstruct how you think it's going to operate, and to get it back in line, I suppose.
So it was a tough process, and I know we've had a conversation off air where it wasn't all, everything wasn't relevant, but overall you got a great deal of value out of it. So you more or less, there was parts of it that you maybe couldn't use, and other parts were really, really valuable. So what was the most valuable part of working through the process?
The most valuable part, I think, was how to structure our business to accelerate. So the corporate structure side of things, how to do it legally, and all the legal, I don't know if you should call them loopholes, but just, legally how you can get through things, and what you can put into a company, what you can take out of the company, how to grow there. I think that to us was the most valuable part, and also direction too.
I think, like, looking back at it, I think we probably had like a maybe like, well, for myself anyway, I view it more as a scattergun approach. You know, just fire everything out there and hope something, hope something went right. Where it's almost the opposite now. We've got, we've I suppose been given the tools that gives us direction. Like we can see a lot more direction. We can focus ourselves, and it's also I suppose giving us the networking contacts too. I think will become a lot more valuable down the track. You know, as we start to tap into the network that's available to us. I think, especially in Bega, like a great place to live here, but especially we're out of Wynnum, a bit isolated out here in the country. We've got limited internet, internet downloads and uploads. But I think it'll be very, very valuable to see in the near future.
Yeah, collaboration and networking is, I think, it's more important in business now than ever before. And it's not just more important, it's actually much easier. And there's plenty of opportunity out there if you get out there and look for it. And as you've said, accept that criticism or that feedback along the way. So interested in one of your, we've got Narelle Umbach here. What's Narelle saying?
Hey.
Really?
Show on Saarinen Organics page. Well, that's something to know in the test.
Thanks, Narelle. Yeah, that's great to know. But
you can go along to the Working From Anywhere page, maybe because I'm hosting it, Narelle. That's why it's only shown on the Working From Anywhere page. Maybe I'll look at ways of to maybe tag in the other page so it does show on both pages. But thanks for that feedback. Oh, look, we've got my daughter here online. Hey, Corks, how you going? Thanks for joining us, Courtney. She does an awesome Facebook Live. So much fun. Hey, Kay, you'd actually like it. You've got to tune into Courtney's Facebook Live. She does a weekly draw, and it's like hilarious. And as as good fun. It's really, really good fun.
I like a good laugh.
Yeah, I think last time I looked at the Facebook Live, she had 500 comments of people. So it's very interactive. She's about to drive, but listening through Bluetooth. Awesome. Okay. See, now we're engaging the audience. That's what it's all about. So interested in your other comment you made about not much of the Working From Anywhere sort of methodology was included, but you did mention also offline that you were so pleased that you had taken the steps to set up in G Suite and put everything in the cloud, and you were able to really use some of those tools throughout the program and more or less have a head start on some of the other people that were on the program. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. Just the simple process of having the calendar, like what you taught us. So having the Google Calendar attached to my G Suite. So there was, we're getting a barrage of emails and calendar dates, every day, and I just had to click yes, and it would go straight to the calendar. And I think I was always up to date of what was going on. I could look at it on my phone. Greg look at it on his phone because it's all synced, and we knew what was going on. We knew there was Google Maps on it. If there was a change of venue, it was easy to Google Map it and press off we go. And
Kay's working on the way to Bega. When we got into service, Kay was able to start working as we're driving to Bega. Basically got an extra, hour and a half of work done each day, because we're in a Bega, so we spent all day in a Bega at the innovation hub, and we were concentrating on getting educated about running a business. But while we were doing that, learning how to run our business more efficiently, we weren't actually working on our business. So it was good to be able to spend the drive to Bega and the drive home from Bega working on the business.
Another classic example, we were driving down to Melbourne, and so a lot of hours, 6 hours of sitting in the car. And in the middle of the uni course, I was able to get up on my phone an email from our coordinator that we had to do homework by the next, I think, 2 days from we came back from Melbourne, whatever. And there was 101 slides. And it was so simple to go from the email on my phone, upload it up to Google Drive, and it just opened it up, and I was able to sit there in the car on my phone and flick through all these slides and make notes on it and share it onto Greg's phone. It was just no printing, no having to stop and get the laptop out. It was just awesome.
Fantastic. And a couple of points out of that. And I still remember vividly when I come up to your place to do my first work from anywhere Friday at your place, and we had the discussion around calendars. Yeah. And you had a number of calendars. Greg had a calendar, you had a calendar. None of them were digital, they were all paper, and no one could know what each other's doing. So you had heaps of conflicts and all sorts of probably chaos, potentially chaos.
Absolutely chaos. Absolutely chaos. I even considered getting a massive, great big sheet of paper and putting it up on the dining room wall to say, this is what we're doing this month. Take a photo of it, Greg, keep it on your phone so you can see what we're doing. But, you know, it's...
management by chaos, don't they? The chaos thing.
Yeah, management by
chaos. Yeah, I think there's...
And now?
Like that.
And
now? I can't believe how much we can get done now. I can't, like, you know, and how easy it is to communicate, and you know, with we're using Google Tasks as well.
Okay.
So on the side of the calendar is the task list. We haven't worked out that you can sync them though, so that's about. We have to talk to you about that.
Like, there's a lot we need to talk about. There's a better option than Google Tasks, but that's for another day. Now, another thing that, and this will segue into something that our conversation the other day, was using Google Docs instead of using Word documents where you're emailing backwards and forwards, using Google Docs where you've just got one document in one place but accessible from many places and by many people. And that has been enormously useful for you, a much more productive way to work on and sort of collaborate on a document. But you had an interesting story about collaborating on a document with your daughter the other day, and I'd love you to share that one. So this is a non-business use, but it was an awesome story. It's a beautiful thing. So Andy was fantastic and actually set Gemma up with a G Suite Gmail, and she also her Google account as well, and an email account. And so now when she takes a photo, it goes up into the cloud too. But what we found out that we can do, say, my lab is in the middle of the farm. So, you know, it's a distance away from the house, and Gemma can be up at the house doing homework and on her computer, on her Google Docs. And instead of having to unplug, you know, go back, take it down to my lab, come into lab and say, Mum, how do you spell this word? Instead, all she has to do, she now knows that she can share the document with me. I get a notification on my email, click into Gemma's assignment, and I can see live what she's typing. And I can even put a little comment up there and saying, oh, Gem, do you really think that makes sense? Or do you think that's really how you spell that word? And then she loves it. She starts to delete my message and tells me to wrap off. Or
sometimes, wasn't it? She sent pictures from her art computer.
Yeah. She actually, that's right.
What colour do you think I should draw the dragon wings?
She can upload a picture onto Google Docs, and then she shares it with me and goes, "Mum, can you just print this out for me?"
So yeah, there you go. It's not just about business. You can actually, it's productive in all areas of life, and that's a really really fantastic way to use it. So well done. So where to from here for Saarinen Organics? I'm glad you're still talking to me after now you're famous after your big win. That's awesome. So I thought I'd get this one.
We had the afternoon off, didn't we?
We had the afternoon. Yeah, we've been hiking, so we're in our hiking clothes.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's good. I'm glad I've got in before you become famous, and I can still have access to you. And your business hasn't grown enormously, and I have to book in 6 months in advance. So where to for Saarinen Organics from here?
Send me a Google Calendar date, and we'll set it up. Well, where from now? Well, we're working really hard at the moment. We're getting all our ducks in a row. We're looking at corporate structuring our business. We're looking at property to start building our factory, where we have upscaling our recipes. We've got an investor that's interested. It's all systems go, but we did decide to take the afternoon off just to slow down for a second take a breather and get a second wind.
That's really, really important. And I look forward to actually helping you with some of that process, because you will need to add some more systems to your business, and hope to help you do that. Plus, I know you really want to come over here to the French Alps, you guys, sometime. So once we work on that business, so you can actually do that and you can run that successful business, I'm really keen for you to come over here in the French Alps.
That'd be awesome.
We are too. We've got to get fit before we can keep up with you.
You've got 12 months. I've got my next Carpe Diem retreat here in the French Alps will be, I've got one next week, my first group coming here next week, which I'm so excited about. So happening again next year, 2020. So also got one happening in Queenstown. So there's plenty happening. It's really good. I'm getting it's fantastic to be able to change people's lives such as yours, so it can make a difference, and they can what I call live by my mantra, which is Carpe Diem, seize the day, instead of being trapped working in their businesses. So looking forward to you guys being on that program and coming to one of these retreats.
Looking forward to working with you, Andy. You've made a big difference. You've helped us a hell of a lot.
What tips have you got for us? Any tips for people that are considering either applying to go into the Innovation Hub, or anything else you've picked up from the Innovation Hub that you'd like to share with our audience out there, people out there struggling in their business?
Well, if you want to have a go at Iaccelerate program, if you want to try and get into it, I think number one is have confidence in your business, but also be open to. If you go in saying that you know everything and you're closed off, then that they won't accept you in the program, because it's very challenging. They challenge you, they challenge your morals, they challenge your ethics, they challenge everything. So it's very emotional. So if you go in, if you don't have an open mind, then you definitely won't get in. That's number one. Be prepared to be able to change and adapt. And that business is about, really change and adapt to the
continually
economic environment, the social environment. It's business.
Fantastic.
That's what you do too, isn't it, Andy?
That's what you do.
Continually.
Technology, it's amazing how quickly it changes, isn't it?
Well, I can operate my business over here for 3 months in the French Alps, and you can't see the mountains, but they're just amazing. And it's about integrating work and life as one. Well, that's it, I think, for our little our first ever Friday night discussion using StreamYard, which is a really cool and really easy to use Facebook streaming app.
Yeah.
And I'll add a link to it in the comments below for anyone that's interested. But this has been really cool. So anyone that is still listening out there, if you can put in a comment about how this is, what your thoughts are on this sort of format. I think it's really cool. It's really easy to use.
What were you going to say?
This would be great for Iaccelerate.
This would be really good for
Iaccelerate. For the mentor, the Zooming. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really cool app, and you can just go live, and it's just really easy, and it's really cool how you can add in these comments, and that's very good. No one's commenting back to us, but that's okay. All right, we'll say
fantastic, Andy. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for your time, mate.
Ciao.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's been fantastic, and as always, to everyone that is listening out there, I urge you to. Oh, hello. We've got a comment. Good on you, Cheryl. Congratulations to you, Kay and Greg. Hey, they deserve it too, Cheryl. They've worked really, really hard. And hello, Narelle. Oh, I feel like I'm there with you all. It's really good quality. Thank you so much, Narelle. That's awesome.
Oh, that's nice to know, isn't it?
Yeah. So, before I leave you with one message to everybody out there listening and anyone that hopefully catches this as a replay, and that is to carpe diem. Seize the day every single day. We don't know about tomorrow. We've only got today once, so make sure you absolutely make the most of it. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in, and thanks, Kay and Greg. I'm going to finish up here.
Andy.
I think bonjour, au revoir, et bientôt. We may be able to end this and then stay on. Let's see.